he got taken out. That's just my theory.
Now, he had there were 3 trials of Fatty Arbuckle, of this rape case, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
On September 17th, okay, so...
So you're going to study it now during the show, you cockface?
I'm not going to study it now, but there were 3 trials.
Yes.
3 rape trials of Fatty Arbuckle.
Yes.
And now, JP, you read up on this a little bit.
Yeah.
Would you say that Fatty Arbuckle was innocent or guilty?
Ooh. God. I don't know if I've read what you've read. Maybe read a few extra articles, but I don't know if I've come to a conclusion yet. I want to say guilty as hell. But part of me thinks that there may be details that I haven't discovered yet.
Because was there anything into this?
Because there were some weird things. They tried to save her, Virginia, when she was dying. They tried to cover her in ice, and apparently there were all kinds of things that went down right as she was, because party people found her dying.
Now, did she say that that she was raped or she was violated by Mr. Arbuckle?
You know what? Maybe she did have. So the day of the incident, she wasn't taken to the hospital, Virginia Rapp, and but she didn't improve. So they did take her to some. They took her to a strange place. They took her to a maternity hospital known for giving abortions. And that kind of seems like a strange place for her to end up. But she died the following day from peritonitis caused by a ruptured bladder. Ruptured bladders don't just happen. So, you got to take the information we're given here, and, based on this stuff, seems like he was either guilty as hell or in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I don't know. We have a caller that may have some insights. Should we take it?
Why not?
Yes, caller. Hello, caller. You're on with Mr. Midnight Movie.
She was a drunk bimbo.
Oh, boy. What the... Wait, is this Beppe Grillo?
We have been... we have been trying to do the remake of Taboo, and we wanted some Mexican Mafia money to make it. You've been out there selling CDs to Latinos crossing the border.
Yeah, we are looking for a translator so we can get Taboo Part 1 or 2. Taboo Part 2 completely decoded into Portuguese. I don't know if this is
translated. You want a translation?
Whatever you want, whatever you call it.
But I think this next Taboo should be made like in the White House. Like he's in the White House and he's in the, we should call it Taboo because they have, Taboo, the Young, the Innocent, Taboo in the White House is what we should call it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Die.
And
then the next one will be like Taboo, the Oval Office, oral majorities, rain down. So you think that Fatty Arbuckle was innocent, Pepe?
Well, he was drunk, according to what I see in the paper. He was
Hold on a second here. Hold on a second. We can barely hear you.
Alcoholic
Okay. There.
contributed to her death. Yeah, no, you got a better audio.
Now we can hear you.
Alcohol You don't think it was Arbuckle's weight
No.
thrusting on top of her in a Coke bottle in the anal regions that caused her death?
Could it be?
Could it be?
Could it be?
So you're saying there's a chance?
Good a chance, yeah. We should do a recreation.
I think Meatspring should do that. By the way, a recreation.
Get Angela to play the part of Virginia.
I think she can play both Virginia and Arbuckle.
I think so. Yeah, it's a good idea. Huh?
Can I only if she will do her own stunts?
Yeah.
What? Can you make that agreement with me?
But I wonder who we could get to play I think Weinstein would be a really good Fatty Arbuckle. He could just be an apologetic person and just do our part and play Arbuckle.
How do you like my idea? Fatty Weinstein.
Fatty Weinstein, yeah.
Arbuckle Weinstein.
Yes.
Roscoe. Fatty Arbuckle.
Yeah, Roscoe. Nobody's named Roscoe anymore.
I had a brother named Roscoe. He died a long time ago.
Yes, that's right. They're all dead.
So what do you think of this Harvey Weinstein guy?
Good-looking man.
Is this a good-looking man?
Sure.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. The guy's like 500 pounds. He's never shaved, apparently.
Yeah.
And he treats people like dirt.
Yeah. Now, JP, do you have any members of your family that look like Weinstein?
Not in my family. They're very health conscious in my family. No Weinsteins.
No overeating. There are no.
Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, well, there might be, but not really. To my awareness, I've heard rumors, but I've never known any of the family to have that problem.
Do you have any womanizing family members?
Oh yeah, tons.
Now, we've known a few men in our time that have abused women and been very manipulative and foul and nasty.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be. It's surprising what people can get. I mean, it just surprises me what people will do and how much they get away with, and how often, people would just see with anger, like this person. It's almost like I can't believe this person is asking this or doing this.
I don't know if you can.
And then they make you feel guilty if you bring up their bad behavior.
I don't like that. That's a real backhanded way of going about things.
Yes. We lost Pepe Grillo. He had to get back to his van, I think.
Oh, he dropped off?
He did drop off, by the way.
What a monster.
Yes. So, yeah, and
he'll be like, I'm sorry, I know I had it tonight. Manja, I know I had it. So anyway.
So what do you do with do you believe that IQ is real, JP? That IQ exists?
Gosh. I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings about it.
What are your mixed feelings?
I think that there's a state law, right? That you cannot give IQ tests for certain things that they used to give IQ tests for. And I think I think it could be a useful part of a battery. I don't think as conclusive evidence of anything, no. But as part of a battery of exams, absolutely.
Now, have you ever read any of the Bell Curve?
No. What is it? The book?
Yeah.
No.
Now, I haven't read it, but I've listened to it on tape, and it...
Well, that's considered reading it. What do you mean?
Yeah. So I guess you could say I've read it.
Right.
But he basically says, for a job application, he said, if you're an employer,
Right.
and you want someone who's going to do a job and do it well, he said, better than an interview, better than what school they go to, an IQ test is one of the best predictors on how well somebody will do.
Could be.
Like at the job.
I would look at it as it rates based on averages against other similar or different personality and intelligence type questionnaires or whatever. But definitely agree that it could be an important tool for sure.
Yes.
Now, do you know what the IQ test used to be used for and what it's no longer used for? Like, is there anything, is there any one particular thing or area, like education, or like, what do you...
I don't think educators use it much. Now, they used to have, from what I understand, they used to have an IQ test. The military, I think, was one of the first major ones that designed it, and then they had, and then schools used it for placement tests.
Sure.
And they no longer do it because they thought it was racially biased. I wonder where the proof of that is, or how much of it is considered racially biased. It's always been kind of curious to me. And the one thing he said was, if you have a lower IQ, your life is going to be more difficult. Which I would agree with him on that.
Really? I don't.
Why?
I think the world's changing, and that people that are on the lower end, I think there's far more viable opportunities in today's world than even 10 or 20 years ago.
Well, no, there is. There is more opportunity.
Yeah, and that opportunity is geared and has the IQs perfectly well-intentioned and incorporated into the opportunities, I think.
Well,
take tattoo parlors, for example. Tattoo parlors are everywhere. Now, I don't know for a fact, but I'd like to get, some kind of study that said, has the IQs of all tattoo artists. I wonder how that would match up against all the IQs of our world economists.
Yeah, and I also think if someone works hard, they can probably make somewhat of a decent profit. But I'm thinking on average they're more likely to be on public assistance. They're more likely probably to be single because if they're on public assistance as a male, or they're more likely to be homeless. So there are still lots of things. Having a low IQ does make the world more difficult when you want resources. Probably you're going to you're going to have less resources if you have a low IQ. There are more resources out there for you today than there was back in the past, but you're still not going to gain